December 26th of 2020. The night before, on Christmas, we had spent with my sister and her family, and they live in Clear Lake, which isn't very far. And they were heading out for a family vacation. They had rented a cabin in Branson, Missouri. So the day after Christmas, we were just hanging out as a family, planned to watch some movies, and all of a sudden, the phone rings. And it's my parents. And they're telling me that my sister and her family had been in an accident. And that we weren't really sure what had happened, but we just needed to get to where they were. And so my husband drove us all night to Arkansas. We threw the things in the car, and my two sons, we didn't, they just stayed at home, and they kind of helped us get everything together before we left. A few hours into our trip there, my sister was able to call, and she told us that they were telling her that my brother-in-law Charles had died. And it was the hardest moment of my life to that point, because I felt so helpless and hopeless. I was far from my sister, and I knew she was alone, and her three boys were at one hospital, and my sister was at another. And you couldn't get there any faster. We were getting there as fast as we could. So I immediately started reaching out to friends and family, asking them to pray and to help us get there and help us to do the things that needed to get done. So I don't think I could have made it through that time if it wasn't for the prayers of others. I was able to say, this is what I need and this is what I'm struggling with. And I didn't sleep for 3 days because there was so much to do, and I was filled with anxiety and concern of how am I going to work this out. So I could feel the prayers of others just carrying me through in moments when things that would happen that would just give me the strength that I needed to get to the next decision or the next spot. As I reflect back on this process, it's just amazing for me to see God's hand throughout it and through the prayers of others. And we were very fortunate that right before the pandemic started, we went to a small group at Cross Point, and it was the first time that we had done this. And we hadn't really got to connect with everyone in the group yet before the pandemic, but we had kept meeting some outside and also through texting, especially the ladies in the group. We texted back and forth. I don't know what I would have done without their prayers during this time, and that I had someone that I could just reach out to when things were difficult and know that they were praying and that they were there for us for whatever we needed.